We are here to talk about the latest book haul. I received several books. Most of them are series of books and so on. So we are going just to talk about them. These two first books I'm going to talk. It's Dark Oak and Age of the Druid, book by Jacob Sanox, and it's very interesting read. I have not read it, of course, but it's a very interesting back cover, because it says that humanity has finally defeated the Dark Lord. Now what? So it's a different kind of book. It starts in the end, so I was very interested with this premise. So far there are 2 books. I don't know how many books are going to be in this series, but the covers are great, so let's see. The first book, I believe it was published in 2017. The second novel was published in 2020. Okay. And this is, even so, the writer here says that it's a continuing story, so you can't read the second one before reading the first one and so on. That's one. If it's a part of the series, then you should read always the 2 books. Then we've got here 4 books in a series. It's finished, I believe. It's called Og Green Dog, and it's a comedy fantasy series. Very short, 140 pages or so. Very short. This one is called The Three-Headed Ogre. You can see. The second novel is called And the Dark Lord. The third novel is going to be And the War of the Death. And the last one is going to be Ogre's Endgame. This is the last novel. After seeing so much praise reviews, I finally bought it. This one, although there are a series of 12 books, and in this particular case usually I buy all the books and so on. Like in this one, I don't read the first and then buy the rest, but in this case I'm going to open an exception because there are at least 10 books and I don't want to commit purchasing to 150 euros of books when I don't know if I'm going to enjoy. So I bought only the first one, and since it's independently published, there will be no problems getting the later ones, not like other type of books. This is Will White, Unsold. I'm going to read probably this year, not going to promise, but I'm going to try. This series I bought, there are so far 5 books. I believe there are going to be more. They are very good art. They are also independent published, which I usually am now seeing more interest in that. This is called Nightfall, Nightmare Land, Volume 1. The second one is Lullaby, Nightmare Land, Volume 2. The third one is going to be Sleepwalking, Volume 3 for Nightmare Land. The fourth will be Flashlighters, and the fifth will be City of Blood. There are going to be more books, I don't know how many. I'm going to ask probably the writer, but the 6th book will be called, I don't know, but it says here, wait for the volume 6. I don't know how many books will be going to be, 10, 11, whatever, but very small books. This could easily be one book, one giant book, but whatever. We are talking here 600-700 pages, which is not unheard of. I recently bought several books on recommendation by Dungeon Dive. This one is called Last Dragon by G.M. McDermott. He says a lot of good things about this book. so I bought it, and let's see what I think about it. Apex Publications, I believe it's, I don't know if this is independent publisher or not, because I don't know. It was published by Amazon. Most of these books are published by Amazon, as you can see. Then you've got here what? And also by Dungeon Dive, I bought Dead Man's Road by Joe Lansdale, and this one, it's called The Complete Driving or Story. They are both advised to me by Dungeon Dive. These two, sorry, before telling this, I bought 3 novels by Orson Scott Card. The first one is Shadow Puppets, which is one of the last ones I didn't have on the saga. I'm waiting for the last one to arrive, but Amazon doesn't have it on stock. It's called Ender in Exile, the short paperback. And then I bought 2 novels, also by Orson Scott Card, called Empire and Eden Empire. They are very interesting to me because it deals with the fall of the American Empire, like the hidden struggle between democratic and republics and so on, and other factions, and so it's very cool. Let's see. Orson Scott writes really fast-paced books, so probably this one will be the same thing. Interesting or not? This book has been in a long time, because look at the cover, it's black almost. And this one is not. Even the feeling of the book is different. This is an old version, I believe, but they are both published. They're both how do you say, new books, not old books. This edition is from 2011. My God. Okay, next books. This is Matt Carden, The Rose Leviathan, Lovecraftian series, very cool cover. And then finally 3 books. 2 I already had in paperback, but I wanted to purchase in hardback because I'm making a new cabinet with hardbacks and beautiful books, and so I really enjoy these covers. It's Joe Abercrombie series, the last one, called The Trouble with Peace and A Little Hatred. They are very cool covers. And so I bought them. The last one is coming out in a couple of days, so let's see. And the last book, and one of the crown jewels of my series, of my books, it's called House Under the Sea, Lovecraftian Tales by Caitlin Kiernan. It's a very cool cover. I don't know if this is a signed version. I believe it's not, but here it is. This is not a signed version because mine is not. The first edition was the signed cover version. I believe it was made by Hippocampus, and this one is called by Subterranean. Yeah, so, but it's a very beautiful book, gorgeous. Well, here, so I made a video about a book haul, the books I received, and so I wanted to share with you since I received the latest ones. So, without further ado, We've got This Is Blood by David Niall Wilson. Supposedly it's Christ fighting vampires and such. Look very cool. We've got the first. This is not the first book. The first novella. It's a story, a prequel to the first book of Penduman Rising. Very short. So I will read this one, and if I like it, I will buy the books, because the books are very expensive, $17. If they were 8 or 7 or something like that, I will purchase without much problem, but with this price, yeah, no. We've got here the Grimm Company, and then we've got here the Sword of the North. This is the second novel. I didn't buy the third one because it's a different edition from Rock, and I wanted to buy, if I got the Rock edition, just to make all them very nicely. We've got here 3 novels by Caitlin R. Kiernan, all by Tor. Black Helicopters, Agents of Dreamlands, and Tintalus Assets. The last one I received was this one, The Mermaid's Tale by D.G. Valdron. Don't ask me why I bought it. I believe it was someone that convinced me. I believe that Dungeon Dive. But so yeah, these were the books I received. So for now I'm done. Thank you.